Hello there everyone, Shippy here. Hope everyone out there is doing well and stay back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game Pocket ranked matches. In today's video, I felt trying out this Raikou and Jolteon EX deck that I put together, see if I can manage to win a game or two online with it. Now, the whole thought process behind this deck and between pairing Raikou EX and Jolteon EX is basically just speed. For the most part, Raikou, like all the legendary dogs, gives the ability to draw when it's in the active spot, and Jolteon, if you're familiar with the gimmick of it, is that whenever your opponent attaches energy to one of his Pokemon, no matter how many, they take 20 damage for doing so. So if you go up against decks like Venusaur, Steelix, Darkrai, what have you, that require a lot of energy to get your Pokemon to attack, or just to attack your opponent with their effects, like Darkrai does, Jolteon is kind of a little bit of a caveat to that to hopefully make your opponent a little bit less wary, or more wary of doing that. And we're also running one copy of Oricorio here to be annoying and to deal with EXs and other Oricorios, I suppose. Yeah, that's the whole thought process behind that. Hopefully this deck works, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into in ranked here. But yeah, I'll have the entire deck list in the description of the video below, so you can try this deck out for yourself and simply improve upon it. But yeah, let's go into ranked and see if Jolteon EX and Raikou can make for a good pair. I'll be back when I find my first opponent. Alrighty, it looks like I found my first opponent here, and we are going first. Let's see what we can get done here. Put Raikou in the active spot, so we can mill out our deck here. I do have 2 copies of it. Alright, let's see if I regret not playing this Oricorio. Silver, okay. Don't know if I have actually ever ran into a deck using this, if I'm being completely honest here. Actually, I don't remember. What does it evolve into? I can't remember the name of the evolution of this Pokemon, because I'm an idiot. All right, there we go. That's a much better hand than what I had before. We do get our EV out, so we're going to evolve next turn. And we get another one. Another one. All right. And we get a Rocky Helmet here. All right, so they are running Solgaleo. All right. So I wonder what the evolution of Drillbur does that goes well with Solgaleo. And they're running Skarmory EX too. They are running lots of things. And we get another Jolteon here. Let's go ahead and evolve. And is it worth it to put an energy into Raikou? I will put a Rocky Helmet into him. Alright, let me think here. I think I will. I think it's my better judgment. Alright, we get an EV bag. They also have a Rocky Helmet as well. Okay, that doesn't really do anything special. Just allows them to get started faster. Alright, so I should not have put an energy into Raikou. So we'll go ahead and remedy that mistake by putting it into Jolteon here. And yeah, that'll be all I will do this turn. Alright, we can KO Excadrill with Jolteon. So that is something we have going for us here. Alright, we do lose our Raikou. And we have our other Cyrus. No Sabrinas just yet, though. We don't actually need our EV bag just yet. I'll put this other EV on the bench, though. Play our Pokeball, mostly just to shuffle here, because there's nothing else for me to pull. And we'll just go ahead and get Excadrill out of here. We are going to take 20. So if they draw into Solgaleo, we are done, essentially. Alright, they got Cosmom. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is evolve our other Jolteon. Gonna energy into Oricorio. And I mean, we have to retreat. I guess we'll get KO'd next turn and just hope and pray they don't have a Cyrus. I think I'll hold on. I want to heal Jolteon for 20. I mean, we'll get KO'd regardless, so I might just, yeah, we'll just hold on to it. Do get a Sabrina. And I guess I'll just play this for the sake of playing it. And we'll end our turn. Now again, they can play Sabrina or Cyrus to really mess me up here. And they're going to bring Solgaleo to the front. So I presume they probably have it. I'm really hoping against hope they don't. Yeah, they absolutely have Cyrus. Well, we are going to very quickly drop this game here to Solgaleo here. Well, all right, not the hot start that I wanted, but it's the start that we got. I probably could have played that a little better. I just probably mismanaged some things here or there, and that resulted in our loss. But good game to that opponent. I'm back on to find my next match. Alrighty, let's look. I found my next opponent here, and we're going first yet again, which is very unfortunate, but we'll do what we can. All right, we do start out with our Eevee that can evolve on the first turn, but with no Jolteon, so kind of a moot point. But let's see what we can do. We are also going up against another electric deck. And what are you running? All right, well, Raikou. We're going to presume Ampharos. And what is this? I can't tell because of the art. Zeraora. Oh, okay. That's a very fancy looking Zeraora. I don't think I've ever seen the full art of it. All right, well, they only got one card, so Copycat does me no good. One of you wouldn't be a Jolteon, would it? No, sir. All right. All right, well, they drew into pretty much all their basics, while I drew into none. So this is not a good or ideal start at all. I actually don't know what Citrus Berry does. All right, so we're gonna immediately tag into Raikou here. I want to see what this berry does, please. Ah, so they get to heal 30 if they lose half their health. That's all I wanted to know. Well, holy crap, I'm not getting anything. I have drawn none of my basics or evolutions. Got a hand full of absolutely jack and shit. And we just lost. Well, unfortunately, we bricked like a son of a bitch, so there was no hope for this one. Holy hell. What an absolutely abysmal hand. But alrighty, well, we're gonna very quickly drop 0-2 with the Jolteon and Raikou deck, which tells me something's probably not good with it. But alright, well, good game to that opponent. No back when I find my next match. Alrighty, look, I found my next opponent here. And we do finally get to go second. Hallelujah. Alright. Alright, we'll start off with Raikou over Oricorio, which may or may not be the best decision depending on what we're going up against. Alright, we're going to go with some Mega Altaria. Presumably. How do you say it? Altaria? I can't pronounce most names, so probably not how you say that at all. All right, we start with Raikou in the active spot so we can start drawing immediately. All right, they're going to pull in some basics here. All right, in DDD. Another Swablu. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the electrical cord into old Raikou here. And we'll oak it up here. And we get 2 Sabrinas, and that'll be my turn. All right, we do get a copycat out of that. But we do more need our Jolteon and Eevee. All right, we need to get every basic out of here. Ideally. All right, we get Cyrus and Eevee and a Rocky helmet back. Which I'm not even upset at that red card. I really didn't have much of anything. Now, do I want to play Eevee? It really is my thought. Namely because... well, if they have Sabrina, do I want to give them the option of even bringing in anything else but Oricorio? 30 more damage for each of their bench Pokemon. So yeah, we're just going to keep... I'm going to go against my better judgment here. Put the Rocky Helmet into Oricorio. And we're going to swing on the Swablu. I'm going to take... we want to take that out. All right, we're going to get a copycat here. All right, he's got 2 basics, so there is that little slight problem. I did exactly 130. All right, so we bring in Oricorio. And, I'm going to Cyrus in Chingling. And just straight up attack here. Now that's the only thing he has that can hurt me. And I can only hit him for 30 a turn because of the effects of Fur Coat. But they will take 20 here. Actually, they just lose. So we're going to play... am I right? Yeah, they just lose. We're going to put this on our bench just in case something happens. No, I do 30. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. I saw the 50, and for some dumbass reason, thought I was going to do 50. I immediately forgot about that effect, but I don't think it really matters. Because they're going to knock out Oricorio anyway. So yeah, me floating. Floating out Eevee didn't matter. I instantaneously, even though I just said it moments prior, forgot about the effect of... forgot the effect of the dog Pokemon. I don't know how to say it, like from through or some shit. I know, but either way, we're in an 0-3 hole. And I will go find one more match, just see if, by God, we can win one game with Raikou Jolteon. But good game to that opponent. I'm back when I find my final match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here, and we do have the good fortune of going second again. And we have Oricorio and nothing else. Alright, my draws for this deck have just been absolutely abysmal so far. All right. We're going up against Mega Venusaur, which is what I need Oricorio saved for, but not going to get that lucky. Though they have the non-EX Lilligant, so Oricorio's probably not going to do much good. They've drawn in every single one of their basics, and I've drawn into one. All right. Let's see if we can overcome my bad luck here. All right, we get another Eevee. I kind of want to play Copycat, just see if I can get lucky enough to get a Jolteon. Then we'll just switch Oricorio out immediately. All right, got the Eevee bag that I just lost out. Is this not just the hand that I had? With just the exception, I've got a Pokeball now. All right, so what we're going to do, let's put energy into Oricorio. Get it out, bring Raikou in so we can draw. And that'll be it. And there's the Jolteon that I was desperately trying to get. Alrighty then. I see. Already has both Lilligants. Good lord, I cannot outplay the bad luck I've been having. Don't get me wrong, this deck's not very strong. Good lord. Alright, well, let's get Jolteon out here. Get an energy into Raikou. And that'll be all I can do for now. And we get a Sabrina. I don't need electric cord. Or electrical cord, I should say. Which I think is what that card's called. That allows you to pass the card backwards. And they've got their Ivysaur. And a quick go extract into their other Ivysaur. Alright, I need to get Jolteon into the active spot. Just to kind of make them not put energy into Venusaur. But probably a little bit too late for that now, since they've already got it built up. So I guess we're just going to go headlong into attacking. Now I could play Sabrina, but more than likely they're just going to bring in a Lilligant. So we'll not miss out on the damage to Venusaur. And we'll chip away at that other in the background. Now, if they evolve up and they KO Raikou here, the smart move would probably just to bring in Oricorio. So they can't do damage. Which could be completely... that could not work if they have Sabrina. Alright, put a Leaf Cave on the Ivysaur. I'm gonna get time to build up Jolteon. Alright, I am. Alright, let's get energy into our Jolteon. Oak it up here. Get another Raikou. Chip away at that Ivysaur. And there's the electrical cord, but a turn behind. Now they have no cards in the deck, so these have to be two Venusaurs, presumably. Alright, this is going to be over before it started, really. Kind of really needed to start with Jolteon to kind of mitigate this, but did not get that lucky. Now I could... I could tag in something from the bench, but what would be the point of that? I mean, I guess I'll just play this because I can. Sure, let's just play our excess cards, because why not? Go ahead and get our last Sabrina. And that's going to be all she wrote, because we're going to get... Well, no, we'll survive one turn. You'll survive a single turn. Because poison only does 10. Kind of forgot about that for a moment. But I have to survive waking up here. Alright, we do. Alright, we gotta retreat because we're poisoned. I'm gonna bring in Oricorio. That's really the only chance that I got. And I guess we will... God, there's isn't really a whole lot I can do. I could force tag in Ivysaur. But would that be worth it? Because I still got to get Jolteon built up back here. Yes. I will do that. Now, Lilligant is the only thing that can attack me and do damage. Well, I technically Venusaur still can because it can put me to sleep. So there is that. I'm going to put an energy into Oricorio so we can attack. And then... Well, I can't attack yet, but so we can build him up to get to attacking. So now we're playing the long game. They don't want to evolve this Ivysaur into Mega Venusaur. Alright, I'm going to put another energy into Oricorio. And... I guess we'll swing on this Ivysaur. We'll build up Jolteon. I'm just going to keep swinging on it. Again, Mega Venusaur can't kill Oricorio. Only this Lilligant can. Alright, so let me think for a moment here. Do I force tag this Venusaur in, do 50 damage to it, which will drop it down to 100. And then make it attack into Oricorio, and then tag in Jolteon. Or I can force tag in. I can bring Jolteon in, force tag in the Mega Venusaur and do 80. We have to eat 120. Alright, I think I might have a strat. This is stupid, but I'm kind of in a position where I'm just kind of playing for the draw now. And I have the EV. I'm going to hold in the EV bag because if we can survive the sleep, then I can use the EV bag to survive the poison. So I will live. Now, everything hedges on this being a freaking heads. Oh, for the love of Christ. I needed anything but that. I should have known that the coin toss was just not going to work for me or go my way. All right, well, that was kind of what I was banking on, and it did not work. So yeah, we just lose. I could play Sabrina, but what they're not going to do is tag an elegant. So yeah, the luck was just not on my side all day today. Had that been heads, that would have been a halfway decent strategy, but we had to unfortunately wake up from the poison. But I should know better than to playing into my own luck. But alrighty, well, I'm sure this deck could have been built to get a lot better, or just don't play Raikou and Jolteon together. Maybe I just had a bad idea, which wouldn't be surprising. But a good game to the opponent. As always, feel free to leave me notes on how or for what decks would be fun to try, or just better ways to run the decks that I am running for fun. And we'll see what we can get done. But yeah, as I just said, I'm going to end the video here. Good game to all the people that I played today. If I didn't say that already, if you made this already, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.